Hey everyone! How are you guys? It's been a while. It's been 3 weeks since my last show and tell. This is number 16. Today is December 14th. Had to look. And I'm Claudie. And hi. How are you guys doing okay? You guys being okay? Did you have a good Thanksgiving if you're in the US? Um, have you had just a good 3 weeks if you are just anyone? I have had a lot going on, but I don't have a whole lot of time to record, so we're gonna try to condense it. We'll see how that goes. Yes, so I'm gonna wait to talk about like the stuff that's been going on until later, so that way if I don't have time, um, like if I'm running out of time, I can just maybe cut some of it out. We'll see. But let's go ahead and just talk about my finished objects. Let's do that. Let's just jump right in. Just jump right in. Okay, I finished a lot for me. I know it's been 3 weeks, but I feel like I finished a lot of stuff. So I'll just start with whatever's in my hand, whatever's in front of me. I made this hat. This is the Graham hat, and it is by, I was trying to be prepared today, and that did not work. Let's see. The Graham hat is by Jennifer Adams. And I did not have that pulled up first. Sorry. You guys love to watch me on my tablet, don't you? Okay, so it's this pattern here. I should have just used my phone. It's a Graham hat. Ooh, can you see that? And it's by Jennifer Adams. I got it from Ravelry. It's free. It's a really cute hat, and I asked my husband what kind of hat he wanted, and that is what he picked out. I showed him a few different options, and he liked this one. You can see the texture on it. It's this lovely, like, nubby goodness. And the hat's actually reversible, so you just have to make sure that you weave in your ends really well, so that way they're nice and hidden. But he kind of likes it this way. So it's the rib with the little broken pieces in the middle, it's nice. He has been wearing it like this. I'm not going to put it on my head because I've got bobby pins in my hair, but it's a slightly slouchy hat, and I need to get like a foam head. I have a glass one, but I need to get a foam one so that way I can actually bring it over here, because the glass one is it's taller, and it also weighs like 20 pounds. So it is slightly slouchy. It's a nice hat. I made this using Lion Brand Woolies, and the color was Chestnut Heather. So yeah, it's very, very pretty. I hope you guys can see. Yeah. So it's nice. It's got 1x1 rib at the bottom, and then at the top, is that broken? I guess it's broken rib. And then that's just the reverse of that. My favorite is the nubby, but like I like that on the outside if I were gonna wear this hat, or make it one for me, but whatever. You can wear it however you want. It is nice. He's already wore it. That's the reason it's kind of fuzzy already. I believe I had finished it, and he, went off and wore it the next day or something. So yeah, he's very appreciative whenever I make him things. Like, he doesn't take it for granted, so good husband. Okay, let's see. The next thing I finished, finally, was my shawl. Now this is done except for I need to block it. So I will show it to you. I did post a picture on Instagram. Oh, and let's see. I have woven in the ends, but they're still like, I haven't trimmed them. So you can see like they're still like hanging there. Alright, so here's the shawl. Let me back up. I could wear it, I guess. Okay, so you can see it is quite long already. If I fold it in half, you know, of course, in its unblocked state, it is quite, you can't see. So there you go. It is quite, it's quite long already, so I think the length is going to be fine, but I'm going to block it out as big as I can. This shawl is by Lisa Much, or this pattern is by Lisa Much. And let's see here. This is a pay-for pattern on Ravelry. It's $5. Let's see, can I give you... I should have turned the screen rotation off because it keeps wanting to rotate on me. There you go. Hers is obviously nice and blocked, unlike mine. But it's very nice. I like it. And I don't have all of the yarn information on there, but I used Lammy Toes in her Moon Pie Merino base in the color Bad Egg. That's this speckle color. Love it. The yarn is wonderful to work with. Like, I just want to have all of the things. I don't know if I would, like, I don't know if I could pull a whole sweater off in that, but, like, maybe. Maybe I probably would do stripes, to be honest, but, you know. The yarn over portions, as you can see, those are yarn overs. That is Cyborg's Craft Room, and the colorway on that is Stepping Stones. The pattern is, it's well written. I did modify it a little bit. I did, the way that she ended this section is different than how she ended, like this big section here, is different than how she ended the smaller sections. So I just mirrored the way that she ended the smaller sections for the big section, so that way it looked even. I wonder if she did that because of yarn, like maybe she was running out of yarn or something, but I used slightly larger skeins than she did, or not slightly larger skeins. My skeins had more yardage because I was using a light fingering weight yarn. Whereas I'm pretty sure she was using more of a regular fingering weight yarn. So, because I think these skeins have 463 yards or something like that, 460 yards. And I think the pattern said that you didn't need that much, but that's what I wanted to use. So yeah. Okay. I like it. I do like it. As you know, if you've watched before, I went through a different, or I chose a different yarn the first time for the yarn overs, but I really like how it came out, and I wasn't sure as I was going into it. I was like, oh, maybe I should have went with like gray, or I don't know, even like a pink or something. But now that it's all done, I really love it. I just have to like stop second guessing myself and just go with it. I do think it was the right call to switch the yarn though, because the yarn weight that I was using before was a little thicker. The yarn was a little thicker than the speckle yarn, so it didn't look as it made the yarn over section look a little weird. I guess that's the best way to put it, because of course, like, my gauge was going to be different and everything. So, but I really like it. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm Crafting with Claudia over there. You can see a big picture of it. Once I have it blocked, I will show it to you again. But I need blocking wires. I don't have any. I have asked Santa for some, and hopefully he will get me them. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. If not, I mean, I could have just like, I could just block it and then just like kind of stretch it and then lay it there and see how that goes without pinning it. But I do want it as big as possible, so it's nice and open, and the yarn over sections are real open. I really like it though. I'm happy. I'm happy that I made it. During the yarn over section, I was kind of like, I wanted to rip it out, but that's just because I'm not a huge fan of like rows, long 200 plus stitches or 200 plus times of doing yarn overs. But it's fine. I do have a little bit of yarn left. Ooh, there's a string. So I do have a little bit of yarn left. So I don't know what I'll do with that. Maybe make some mitts or something. We'll figure that out later. Okay. Sorry. Ooh, no, my ring. Okay. Thought my ring had caught on the yarn. I did that once before. It was living in my, oh goodness. Oh my gosh, what is her name? I don't think she has a tag on here. Oh my goodness. What is the name of the bag? Kicks and Giggles. There we go. Had to go back through my notes. So, yes, it's my Kicks and Giggles bag that I had her made. She did, or had her make for me. She didn't have it listed, and I wanted a different style bag, but she only had enough of this fabric to make this style bag. So it's not a bad style. I just wanted one that was a little bigger, but I'm all about it. Harry Potter. All right. More. If you could see, you can probably see behind me, like the keyboard is a little askew, and if I showed you more, it's pretty bad. My desk is a little bit of a disaster. That's okay. And then I finished my mom's socks. Yay. So, okay, I know they look a little weird because they're on sock blockers, and these sock blockers are for my size foot, not my mother's size foot, and she has a bigger foot than I do. So I scrunched them up so that way you could see, but in actuality, there's like that much extra going on. And I've got them pulled up kind of far. So, yeah. So, she has bigger feet than I do. So, anyway, this yarn is Knit Picks Felici. I used US 1 2.25 millimeter needles. These are just basic, everyone calls them vanilla socks, I guess because they don't have a it just doesn't have a pattern on it. I did cuff down, heel flap, and I did the Eye of Partridge. So you can see the texture on it. I did the Eye of Partridge heel, and then just went on. Now the socks do not, the colors, the stripes, there we go, don't match, and I did that intentionally. I asked her if she wanted me to try to make them match, and she was like, no. So I was like, thank you. I'm not going to. So I didn't make them match. There's already cat hair on them. That's nice. Yes. I like working with the yarn. It is very soft. And I know that some people, say that if it's soft yarn, then it won't last for socks. And I'm like, I can just make more. I mean, not that I want them to wear out in 5 seconds, but I know my mom, she's not going to wear these all the time. I make her some things, and there are some things that she actually will wear, and then there are some that she just keeps. I don't know why. I think I made her crochet socks one time, and I don't know if she's ever wore them. Maybe they're too small, and she just didn't tell me, but because she might do that. But I don't know. Like, I told her that if I make her socks, she has to wear them, or I will never make her any again. I will inspect them for wear. Because, I mean, these, as you guys know, I have been working on these forever. Not because they take a long time, just because it's just me. But, yeah. The colorway is Highland. They had this the last time they had it for sale, but it was like their dollar deal, so it sold out really quick. Unfortunately, I let my mom pick out the color that she wanted, and green is my favorite color, but I love my mom, so she can totally have these, and that's fine. I did have enough left over, and I'm going to show you what I'm planning on doing with the rest in a minute. But yes, they're very nice socks. Go socks. So I don't know. I think I don't know. They're fun. They're socks. I think that she will, I hope that she'll like them. I hope they fit. Because when she was up last time, I was going to have her try them on. I had finished one up to starting the toe decreases, and I was going to have her try that one on. Hopefully it fits. I am a little worried about the cuff on this one. I worry that I cast it on too tight. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. One of them. That I cast it on too tight. So I can get it on my foot, but it's a little bit of a struggle. And I don't know. I didn't measure her foot, so I don't know if it'll fit. I can reknit it if it doesn't fit. But I really don't want to. I mean, what I would think about doing is let's just say it's this one. I'm thinking that if it is too tight, what I'll do is I can just pick up, like here in the stockinette part, just pick up, cut the yarn, and then unravel the rest, like this part up here, and then just reknit the ribbing from this up. I don't know. Because I went this way down, so you think it would, I mean, there might be like a weird line or something. I've never done that kind of surgery before, so yeah, I think it'll be okay though. Hopefully. Hopefully. And then the only other things I finished, and I'm doing, I bought some stuff and I was like, okay, I'm going to do a video and talking about it because I thought it was a good idea, so that's something that's coming up later. But basically, when I was at Michael's, I don't know, whenever it was, a week ago, I guess, it was towards the beginning of the month, and they had like a wall of like kits, activity kits and stuff. It's aimed at like, you know, kids, like 10-year-olds or something. And I bought a couple of them. I'll just show you real quick because I've got the boxes here. I'm going to do a separate video on them, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but yeah. So I bought the kits, and then I was planning on doing, I'm planning on doing a review video and then a more instructional video, just because I know that one of them, the instructions are, I mean, it's quite simple. It shouldn't be an issue. But the other one, I looked at the instructions and part of it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. So yeah, I'll just show you. Yeah, I've been making woven. These look like pot holders, but I wouldn't use these as pot holders because it's like nylon or something. But I'm going to use them as coasters. But I went crazy and I had to stop myself making more. These are so much fun to make, and I really like them. I think I'm going to get some cotton or just use yarn or something and make some that are actual pot holders because it's just fun. It's fun. So I made these, and I'll show you more about that later in another video, but yeah. Okay, so that is all that I have finished. Let's talk about what I am working on. So, let's see. Don't you like that noise? I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep looking down. It's just I'm trying to pull the pattern up. Okay, so I'm doing this Chunky Cowl by Michelle Arellano. I don't know if she pronounces the L or not. But you can see it looks like that. Let's see. Find one that's a little bit closer up. There we go. It's just a cowl, or not a cowl. It's just a hood. It's Michelle. I don't know. It's got double L, so I'm like, is it like Spanish pronunciation? I don't know. Anyway, I'll put a link. You'll have links. I am making it out of Bernat Softy Chunky. I just had this, so I'm trying to use what I have because you guys know that I bought some yarn. So it's Bernat Softy Chunky. The colorway is probably, yeah, it's Gray Rag. R-A-G-G. And it's just a marl color. I am using a size N crochet hook. I'm using this one from from ChiaoGoo. You can see that. Size N, which is a 10 millimeter. I couldn't find my regular size in crochet hook, like the regular length one. I don't know where that is. I probably was using it on something and forgot. So far, I am on the 4th row, so I'm not very far in, but you can see. Okay, maybe I'll make the prettier side of it. Okay, yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking, but anyway, it's gonna be on, and I think it should be fine. I know I look very cute, right? So, I need to stop looking at myself because I'm just, like, it's distracting. But anyway, I am on the 4th row, and I can't remember. That's not very far into it. The pattern is, it's nice. It's a free pattern, and I'm just making it because, I don't know, I just wanted to make something with that yarn. And I had that in my queue, and I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. The next thing that I'm working on, I've got hair now everywhere, are I'm doing the Roll City Rollers. That's I finished those socks, the green socks, and I had some yarn left over, and so I decided, there we go. The pattern is by Mara Catherine Briner. I almost said Mary Catherine. I went to school with a girl named Mary Catherine. So, yes. They're just socks that, like, the top part doesn't have a cuff, or not a cuff, ribbing. So, yeah. It's a free pattern. Also on Ravelry. I finished those wrong bag. I finished those green socks, and I finished the green striped socks for my mom, and this is a mess, right? All I did was cast on for them and do like 4 rows. So, let me put that down. Sorry for the tinkling. So there you go. For some reason, I know what happens, but yeah. When I cast on, like, this one is correct. Like, the cast on is correct, and the first one is like it's fine. But on this one that I did, I managed to twist the yarn, or not twist the yarn, but I turned it inside out when I started the first row of actual knitting, and so the bottom, instead of having like that edge that it normally does, it has, I don't think you can see that, but basically it's got a garter ridge there. I was like, I could redo that, but nah. They're just for me, and that's fine. I mean, they roll anyway, so you're not going to see it. As you can see, I am working 2 of them. I decided to do them in tandem, so that way I could make sure that they were the same length, because that's just what I wanted to do. Again, I'm using the Felici Highland colorway, and I'm using 2.25 millimeter needles too. Living in my Fat Squirrel Fibers bag. She had an update. I'll just talk about it real quick. She had an update, and I really wanted to she had some sock size narwhal bags, and I wanted to get it, but they sold out apparently like in 5 seconds or something. I don't know. What are you going to do? But I think she said that she's going to have an update after the new year, so I will be on the lookout for that, because hello, you got to, right? All right, and then the only other thing I'm working on, is that right? Yes, the only other thing that I'm working on is the Menelaus Menelaus mitts. Let me see if I can find a picture here. This is by Teleri from With Two Hands. So I believe that's a website, like it's probably her blog, but it's Teleri, and then from with two hands, the number 2. And it's all one word, with two hands. It's a free pattern, and I mean, these are gorgeous. So I was kind of surprised that it was a free pattern. All I did was I was going to start another pair of mitts, and I didn't pay attention. Sorry, my nose itches. I wasn't paying attention, and the yarn I wound up is a light fingering weight, and that pattern needed a medium or regular fingering weight yarn to get gauge, and yeah, so I was like, okay, I'll just find another pattern. So I just did a Ravelry search for fingerless mitts with light fingering weight yarn, and I went through and I looked at a bunch of them, and I really, really liked those, so I didn't have to pay for the pattern, so that was nice. Let's see, I'm doing these in tandem as well, so I'm doing both of them at the same time. You can see I've worked a little bit more on this one. So what I'm doing is I finished the cuff on this one, and I'm going back and doing the cuff on this one because it's just the ribbing part, and that's fine. I am using Knit Picks Stroll Tonal in the Gypsy colorway. It is really, really pretty red with just slight variegation in it. It's not very, I'm trying to see if I can show it to you. Yeah, so you can see the color difference a little bit better there. Like, there's a lighter portion there. And it's nice to work with yarn. I've not had any problems with it or anything, except for when I was winding it. I think I posted a picture on Instagram. There were 2 breaks in the yarn where they had knotted it, not very strongly, and because I pull it apart with my hands, with just minimal pressure. And then there were a couple of other places where one ply had broke and they had tied it. I left those. I didn't break the yarn then because those were more secure. But so I had that bigger skein that I showed you, and then I have these 2 little ones too. So yeah, I was a little irritated with that, but I figured since I was doing mitts, it should be okay because I weighed it, and I think I should be okay without having to have a billion ends to weave in. So I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm not gonna stress out. Yes, I am using 2.5 millimeter. These are also US 1, or that's how they're labeled at least. US 1s, so you can see the variegation in it there. Yes, I don't know. I really like it. It's very soft, and I think it'll be, it'll be really kind of cute. And the ribbing on this is not like your traditional 1x1 or 2x2 or anything like that. So it's interesting to look at, or a little bit more interesting to do. I have to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. So yeah, but I just started these not that long ago, and I moved them into my new project bag that I received from my Secret Santa. I have not done, oh no I did, I put the video up yesterday, that's right. This is my Exploding TARDIS bag. You can see. It's by Halk Yarns. Halk Yarn. She has an Etsy store. And I didn't look at the other side until now, but on the other side of her tag, it says, "Have a sparkly day." Can you see that? How cute. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Anyway, it's a nice size bag for a 1 fingering weight skein project. So, and it's got a nice wide bottom on it. Okay, let's see. I think that's all of my, yes, that's all my works in progresses, or works in progress words. I did buy one thing. I think that's all I bought. I'm pretty sure that's all I bought. Sorry for the crinkling. This is from, I bought some stitch markers. These are from Sucra Miniatures. I bought these from her Etsy store, but she has her own storefront now, like on her website. So that's, you know, and I think she offers slightly different things on there sometimes. I think she's making the transition, so right now she's trying to get people over there, but anyway. So she had a sale. Was it, I think it was like maybe it was a Black Friday sale or a Cyber Monday sale or something like that. No. Actually, I think it was, but she had said that she had started it late or something. So anywho, I got like a discount code on it. I can't remember how much it was, like 15% or something. Here is one that is a little pumpkin pie, or piece of pumpkin pie. I wish that would focus. I really need to get a new camera. I'm going to do that so that way you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. But I'll take a picture or something and put it in here, or I'll just put a link over to her shop because she still has them. So, they're very cute. It has like little pecans on the top. That's what the brown thing is. Then the, you know, middle part, and then the crust. And it looks very real, as hers usually do. At least all the ones that I've had, they do. And then she had this little set for peas and carrots. Oh my goodness. So you can see there are the peas. Let me turn it so you can actually see the front of it. Peas in a pod and a carrot. She sells these as a set, or you can get them individually if that's what you want. But I like that because, or about the set, because I really like them and I thought they were fun and cute. And we all need to eat our peas and carrots. Also, sometimes when I'm being silly, instead of saying please, I'll say peas and carrots. So, you know, I don't know. I'm weird. Sorry for the crinkling. That's the only thing that I bought that was like craft related. I did get a new phone. It still has the sticker on the front. So you can see like it's got the little sticker on the front because I haven't got a case and a screen protector for it yet. So I was like, I'll just work around the random information. I got the LG G4. So, and I didn't really, my old phone was okay. I had the, what did I have? Samsung Galaxy S2. And I bought it new. I bought that new too. But I bought it like new, but I got it when the S3 had come out, so it was a little less expensive. Because, I don't know, I was like, I'm not going to pay the extra amount of money for a brand new one, like for the S3, because it didn't really make a lot of sense. So I bought that one, and I've had it for, what, 3.5 years now or something like that. Which, I know there are some people who, like, upgrade their phones every time a new one comes out, and then there are some people who will, like, hold on to that phone until it, like, literally just, like, disintegrates in their hand. I am usually the type that will keep my phone for as long as possible until it becomes, like, a nightmare to use. And that's what was happening. I'm sorry about the lighting changes. It's, like, getting bright outside. Yeah, so my phone, it started having battery charge problems. The keyboard would randomly not work. So like when I was texting, it wouldn't actually show anything. What else was it doing? I don't know. It was doing something else too. So anyway, I ended up getting a new phone. Let's talk about what I have been watching, and then we'll talk about what I've been doing. Or, I don't know. We'll just mix it all up. Let's just talk about it all together. Let's see. I mean, there was a lot going on, and unfortunately I didn't write it all down, so I can't remember it all on top of my head. But, you know, we had Thanksgiving. It was a very quiet, chill kind of Thanksgiving. It was just the two of us. We didn't go anywhere. I didn't make a huge meal. Instead of making like another turkey, because we had just had turkey, I made a pot roast, and I used the crock pot, so it was nice and simple. It turned out really well. I made it slightly different than I normally do, and it came out nice and tasty. And then I made like, you know, sides, but I didn't like make a ton of them like I normally would if I was having people over. So I just made like rice, That's what my husband likes. I made mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, and rolls. I think that's it. I didn't make like stuffing or anything like that. It just seemed, you know, I don't know, like it wasn't really worth it. So what else? I have done the, if you're looking at my channel, I'm sure. So I did the 12 Days of Craftmas, which is what I call like a video series that I did, just showing different ornaments. I did finish those ornaments too. That would technically be finished objects. I didn't think about that. Those are technically finished objects, but I only have one in here. The rest of them are on my tree. And the only reason this one is not on here is because I was going to give it to my sister. So I did a little crochet butterfly and I turned it into an ornament. So, and now it's hanging down because it's, the strings moved, but, yes, so it should normally hang straight, but I've had it, hanging on my tripod, the little handle thing that adjusts where your camera is. I've had it just hanging there, so it's kind of wanted to hang sideways, but anywho, I finished all of those, and I got, I didn't have a lot of forethought about this like months ago or anything. It was actually kind of almost spur of the moment. And so I did a lot of stuff trying to get all of that ready. I had to film all of that and edit all of that. And my, camera only, or my camera, whatever, SD card only holds so much, so I was constantly trying to shuffle stuff around. And I'm not saying it's like a small SD card, it's just that I shoot in HD quality, so that way it hopefully translates better on, like, once it's on YouTube, because they always compress it and everything. But anyway, so I shoot in high quality, so it just takes up a lot of space, and when you're doing 12 videos, some of them are longer than others. Anyway, I had a lot to do, and then I had a lot to edit. And the editing actually took much longer than I thought it was. I think I overestimated my ability to edit quickly. No. But it all worked out, and I wasn't like stressing about it too much because it was just going to be something fun, and I wanted to share with you guys. And I know for me, I like to have handmade items on my tree. It's just a thing that I like. Not all of my ornaments are handmade, but maybe one day. I'm hoping one day. For now, it's at this point it's probably about half and half actually. But I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm all about it. So, yes. What else? Oh, I did the Secret Santa swap, which I put the video up for that yesterday. I had to get all of that finished up, like what I was sending out. I had to get that finished up and sent out, and it took me a little bit longer to actually get to the post office for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. It's been crazy outside. We were almost, okay, let's talk about life topics now. Like the rest of the life topics. It's been a little crazy. We went out yesterday and we were going to go to Barnes & Noble. It was Saturday or Sunday, and it was, I mean, not particularly like a busy time of day or anything like that. It's just that, we were headed towards near the mall, and people are bad drivers. Anyway, someone in a brand new car, still with the temp tags on it, stops in the middle of a road. This is a 4-lane plus the middle suicide lane. That's the one, I don't know if that's what everybody calls it. It's the one where like it has arrows saying like you can turn either way. We always call that the suicide lane. But I'm sure it actually has an official name. I just don't know what it is. But so like we're dealing with 4 lanes of traffic plus that middle lane, tons of stuff all around, and someone in front of us just stops. Not at a light, not at an intersection, just stops. We're all going 45, 50 miles an hour. We came so close to hitting them. It was, I don't know, it was, luckily there was no one in the lane to the left of us, but though I don't know how there wasn't. But my husband was driving and he was able to kind of go around them. I mean, it was terrifying. I was shaking like adrenaline style. And this is the same road that we got rear-ended on a few years ago, and our car got totaled, and I have a messed up shoulder and stuff because of it. Yeah. And then, so we get on up a little bit. So I was like, we're not going to Barnes & Noble. We're not going to Barnes & Noble. We're going to go home. So we get on up, and we're like headed home, and then there's like a overpass that goes over the highway, and we're on that, and then there's a factory like right after that, and I guess a semi truck was trying to turn into there, and they had stopped, and the car behind them right into the back of the semi, and it messed her car up. She looked physically fine, but traumatized. And then the car behind that hit her, and I don't know if it was the car. There was another car pulled over, but I don't know if they were involved in it or not. I couldn't see that car. I couldn't see like what it looked like damage-wise. But we were 2 cars behind that. So I have decided that I'm not leaving the house until January unless it is absolutely necessary. Like, I have to. I'm just, like, luckily the grocery store is like, I don't know, 1.5 miles from door to door. The closest grocery store. So, like, at least we won't starve. And, you know, they sell, like, things like, you know, paper towels and stuff like that. So, you know, yeah. I'm just not doing it. I don't know. It's just so, I have, like, stress whenever I get on that particular road anyway. And it's, like, the road where, Michael's and Joann's are, and Target, like, so, I mean, I have to go on this road because, like, I mean, I guess I don't have to, but, you know, I'm going to. But every time I'm on that road, it just stresses me out. Like, I feel panic, anxiety in my heart. And I try to, like, I go and I make, like, large trips. I don't try to, like, go for, like, 1 or 2 things. I want to, like, go and get it all done. And so I wait. Or, I mean, you know, I don't know, go on, like, non-peak times, I guess. But it's still, like, people just don't, I don't know. Like, I have no idea why that person stopped. I wonder if maybe they were a new driver or they were trying to get into because, like, where it is, you're up a slight incline there, and then there are 2 lanes that turn left, 2 lanes that go straight. And this person was in the right-hand lane, and I wonder and that's where we were at too, but, you know, we were going to have to get over, but there's another way you can get in. But anyway, so this person just, like, I wonder if they, like, kind of freaked out a little bit and stopped. And yeah, I'm talking about this today too much. I'm a little stressed out about it still, obviously, but, you know, I don't know. Did I see my life flash before my eyes? Not exactly, but I just, like, the fact that we didn't get into an accident, I don't know how we didn't. It was amazing. It was just amazing because, yes. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore because I don't want to stress myself out. Okay, what else? I pulled out all of my yarn. So, you know, I had that big, like, amount of yarn that I bought at the Cyber Monday Knit Picks sale. Well, I could not, there was nowhere to put it. So I decided to go ahead and do, like, a stash flash. So I brought all my yarn out. I have filmed it. I have not edited it yet. So that'll be a little bit later. But I filmed it. And it was surprisingly, in my mind, there was more. So I was a little surprised that it wasn't more. But that being said, when I went to, I took pictures of everything so I could update my Ravelry queue. Haven't done that all the way yet. But I put everything back, and surprisingly, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I do still have some that doesn't fit into the space that I have, set up for it. But what I did is I took, I keep the wool stuff in Ziploc bags, or they're not Ziplocs, they're actually from IKEA, but, zip top bags. And I have them stacked up I've got, I'm pointing over there, my closet's over there. I've got drawers that I've got in there not drawers, built-in shelves. And I just have them like in there and kind of stacked in this one little cubby space that I happen to have that didn't have anything in there. So I'm gonna just work through my yarn. I have so much yarn. I don't need any more yarn, especially sock yarn. I'm good. Like, I don't knit socks that fast. I've only, made 3 pair at this point in my life, working on my 4th. It's not coming along very fast. So, yes. But when I've not been stressing about all of that, I mean, there was other stuff, but I don't know, right? The accident kind of eclipsed everything in my brain, so I'm not thinking too straight. But I have been watching some stuff. My husband and I have been watching Futurama again. We watched it once before, but we finished Archer, and my husband likes animated shows like Archer and Family Guy and stuff like that. He likes that kind of stuff. And also, I mean, the humor they can get away with sometimes because it's animated, it's nice. And I mean, I find it humorous too, so it's not like just him. But so we're rewatching Futurama, and I started watching the most recent season of Moon Boy on Hulu, but we're having connection problems, or I think it's just Hulu, because it was just the problem that we were having with Hulu, but it would just freeze. It was also in the evening time, and sometimes with everybody at home, sometimes the internet in our neighborhood slows down. So yeah. What else? I started watching the most recent season of Doctor Who, which I know. Like, why does it take me that long to start watching it? I missed the first 2 episodes. I was doing something, and I didn't watch them. Wasn't here to watch the first 2 episodes. And after that, I was kind of like, well, I'll go back and I'll watch them again. And I wasn't going to watch the new ones until I watched the other ones. And so it just became a thing, and for the point that I just hadn't watched anything in the season. So I started watching them, and I finished the first 4 episodes. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get through and watch it in time for the Christmas episode, but we'll see. So far so good. I think this season is much better than the last season, and maybe that's a reason I wasn't like super bummed that I hadn't been watching it. I wasn't as much of a fan of the last season as I was this one. I just think it's a lot better. So, and oh yes, How to Get Away with Murder. The first season is on Netflix, and I think the second season is airing currently. I am watching the first season. I know that other people have like talked about the show as in it being good, like, and I just didn't watch it yet, but it's so good. So good. Everybody is doing like an excellent job acting. It has Viola Davis, who is awesome, and the guy from Orange is the New Black. He played the one of the corrections officers, the one who falls in love with one of the inmates. Spoilers. I'm not giving away anything. It could be anybody, but the one, if you watch that show. And then it's got Dean Thomas from the Harry Potter movies. He's all grown up. He's like super tall. It's very, very strange. It's not strange, but it's just strange to see him like towering over everyone. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I think that's it. Okay, so that's all I've got for you today. Just a lot of like near-death experiences and finishing items. finished a lot of stuff, right? I mean, that's a lot for me to show in my finished objects thing. More than I usually do, at least. It's because I've been doing a lot of knitting, and I am not a fast knitter at all. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go check out the Secret Santa video that I put out. Be on the lookout for future videos. I'm gonna do the reviews on those like weaving loom things. I'm gonna do that soon, probably this week. I still have to like get everything ready and edit and whatever. And then I'm gonna have a stash flash sometime. Maybe I may push that back a little bit. My stash shouldn't change that much, except the stuff that I got from the Secret Santa. That is not in that video. And then I want to talk about like how this year like in total was, like sort of like a review of the year, and then I want to talk about my goals for next year. So yeah, so those are videos that I think I should have up at some point this month. So yeah, we'll see, and wish me luck when I get everything edited. It's hard when like you just like can't do it all day long. But anywho, I will let you all go, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!